This segment of the show is brought to you by Blackrose Entertainment. Hey everybody, back here at the Regent Theatre live with a Meet the Band segment, and our new segment's called Behind the Scenes. We are with the drummer of the tribute band Solitary Man with Will Chalmers. And your name, sir, is?
My name is Jay Burak.
Jay
Burak.
Burak.
Yep.
And you are the drummer?
I'm the drummer in the show.
And how long have you been with the band as a drummer? How did you get started?
Well, I've been working with Will for, pretty close to 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's commitment.
Yeah. I work with a production company that works with a variety of different tribute shows.
Okay.
And one of the shows is Will Chalmers' show, Solitary Man. And I've been doing his show as well as other shows for almost 20 years now.
So you're a drummer for hire? Is that the idea?
Pretty much, but not. I've been with this one production company, pretty exclusive, because they put on many tributes, and they keep me very, very busy. So I don't reach out and do much more than that. I'm a music teacher as well.
Okay.
So I do that, but mostly for performances. It's all about working with this one production company.
I gotta ask, why the drums? Why not the trumpet, the guitar? Why the drums?
Well, it kind of morphed into me becoming a drummer many years ago when I was a teenager. I started playing guitar, and I was in a few different bands, and I ended up sitting in for the drummer in one band that I was playing with, and I eventually got pretty good at it, and I became the drummer in that band, and I never looked back. We just kept playing, and
So guitar, do you pick it up on the side just to stress out a bit?
Yeah, I have guitars at home, and I still play, and I enjoy playing the guitar. It's easy to just pick up and do something without. Drums can be a lonely instrument, I practice and I play and I work on my material, but since it doesn't have, there's no melody or, chords or that to it, a guitar you can pick up, play, and just play some songs.
So do you get a solo tonight?
That I have.
Do you
I have
extend
little.
one of the songs?
No, I have little spots where Will lets me shine here and there. But as far as what you'd call a drum solo, I don't do that in this show. There's other shows where I do a drum solo and or drum breaks, which are a lot of fun. I like to, put it out there when I can. But no, here I'm not.
Final question: who's your hero drummer? Who do you worship?
Oh God, there's just so many,
But there's got to be one. I asked Will, what's his favorite song? There's got to be one.
Well, okay, if I was to pick my favorite drummer, like the one guy that I would like to say take all of his material, it'd be probably, there's a guy by the name of David Weckl, who is
Don't know.
Well, I come from the school of rock, and John Bonham.
Gotcha.
Ringo Starr, Charlie
Gotcha.
Watts, Neil Peart, all
Gotcha.
these drummers that are favorites to me. But as far as somebody where I can sit back and go, wow, that was really cool what he did, it would be David Weckl. And there's also Vinnie Colaiuta, which is another one of my favorites, Steve Gadd. These guys, they're...
Well, you know what? You're our favorite right now because we're talking to you. If nothing else, have a great show tonight.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
And thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Hey folks, back here live at the Regent Theatre. It's the BMD on our show, Meet the Band, Behind the Scenes. And we have one of the directors here, Colin Hughes. He can tell us what he's directing tonight.
I'm the technical director and lighting designer, so tonight I'm lighting the show, but during the week I'm working with bands, I'm working with artists, I'm working with promoters, handling the advance of the shows, making sure we have what they need. If there's any special requests or whatever, we make sure we have everything in line before we come in to
Now,
start
do
our
any
setup.
of the artists ask for specifics
Oh,
as part of their venue?
every artist pretty much has a rider that we have to go through, and some of that's specific to tech, which is what I deal with, others specific to like catering, which the promoter deals with, but any of the tech information on the rider, we have to work with them. Make
Do
sure
they
they've
have
got
certain colors of lights they want on them, or a flash in the
Yeah.
show, or a strobe light or something?
Some of them have a few requests, yeah, but a lot of them just, they let you just wing it and bust the show and make it look good.
So we're here early, way early before the 8 o'clock show.
Yep.
What kind of time frame do you need to get set up?
We usually come in around 2 o'clock.
Wow.
Start setting up as much of the stage as we can, like all our monitors and everything, make sure they're rung out so they're not providing feedback when the artist is, in here. And then the artists usually come between 2:30 and 3, and as soon as they're set up, we get them sound checked, and we usually have dinner around 5:30.
So you get the green light at 5:30 to go eat?
We technically do. The latest is 6.
Wow.
Because the guys have to get dinner.
And when do you have to be back before the show? An hour ahead?
Yeah, 7 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay. Final question. Thanks for taking the time. I know you're busy. What do you do if there's some sort of mechanical or technical failure? Is there a backup or?
No, you run with it. We've come across all kinds of things. Last week we had an event where people brought their music on phones and they wanted to airdrop it. We had to struggle with that and get it figured out. We're going to do different things come up that we have to deal with. But most of the times we can handle the problems.
Well, that makes you the master.
I guess so.
Well, you heard it here first. Behind the scenes with the BMD and my new friend Colin Hughes, who's running the show here at the Regent. Stay tuned. There's more. Hey folks, it's the BMD back here for another episode of Meet the Band and our new episode of Behind the Scenes. With me, the BMD, we're here live at the Regent Theatre tonight, and right to my left we have the starring role, Will Chalmers, who is doing a tribute to Neil Diamond called The Solitary Man.
That's correct.
Sir, welcome. Thank you for your time. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, somewhere in the world, but you're here with us. How did you get here? Not by car, but how do we get together?
I was going to say the 401, but
Okay.
How did I get here? Well, it's been a long journey getting to be here. I've been doing my Neil Diamond tribute for over 20 years now.
Excellent, by the way.
Thank you very much. And it's been a great journey, and we've played in a lot of places. Actually, I'm off to Mexico on Sunday for shows. So we get around as well all over the place.
So your background and your heritage and culture, briefly, just to let the viewers know who you are.
So I have a bit of an accent. You can probably hear it. I'm originally from Scotland, and I lived in England for about 10 years as well. And I've been in Canada for quite a number of years now. Let's just say that.
Okay.
And that's my background, my heritage, and I'm 100% Canadian. Absolutely love it here.
You sound proud of your heritage.
I am proud of course, I'm proud of where I came from.
Yes.
Because you have to understand where you came from to be who you are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great answer. So, when did you decide to get into this music tribute business, or how did that start? Young boy in the church choir?
No, I was a late starter. I started back in 1994.
Okay.
I actually started with doing an Elvis tribute.
Oh.
And
Okay.
I did that for about 4 or 5 years. And I was involved with the Collingwood Elvis Festival for 5 of the festivals. I helped them organize it. And it was after that I decided, let's pursue the Neil Diamond, because people said, you look like him a little bit.
Yes.
And you sound like him when you
Yes.
sing songs.
Yes.
So I started working on that, and 2002 was when all that happened, and away it took off from there.
So, Neil Diamond, I wanted to say why you segued into that. Was it a musical interest on his legendary superstardom, or Elvis spun to Neil Diamond after there had to be more than people telling you sound and look like him? Were you a fan?
I was a fan, yeah. I mean, when I was a kid, like when I was a teenager, I took my dad's Neil Diamond albums out of his slot and put them in mine, and I listened to Neil Diamond when I was a teenager, so I knew the music, and always enjoyed the music. It was great to play, great to hear, and there's such feelings with his songs as well, so that's where the interest came from, yeah.
So Solitary Man, the tribute, why that name versus another name? Your favorite song, or?
No, it was just something we decided to come up with, the Solitary Man. because we do shows with the band, but we also do shows with just backing tracks. So at that point, I am pretty much the solitary man on stage.
I got you.
And we just decided, let's keep this and keep it as the solitary man, whether it be with a band or whether it be with backing tracks.
When did you know it could be a career outside of a 9 to 5, or you work 9 to 5, or when did you decide I can do this?
I still have a 9 to 5,
Okay.
and I still enjoy my job. And but I just decided, let's go for this and let's see if we can make it work. And I talked to my work, and they gave me flexibility to be able to take off to do shows.
Do you have to do shows at the work to
Nope.
keep the bosses happy?
Nope, not in the slightest.
Not at all.
They're fine.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite Neil Diamond song? When you're up there singing tonight, what warms your heart the most? I know they all have a good taste, but one's got to grab you.
That's like saying, what's your favorite child?
Okay.
It's
Okay.
there are so many.
But I'm asking.
There are so many to choose from. I mean, the audience wants Sweet Caroline.
Absolutely.
But there are other great songs like I Am I Said and Holly Holy.
Oh, yes.
And, Cherry Cherries, and of course Solitary Man, the name of the show as well. So
Yeah.
it's hard to pick one.
Have you met Neil Diamond?
No, I've never met him. But
Is it on the bucket list?
Of course it's on the bucket list. I would love to meet him. But
Have you been close?
I've been close. I've been in the front row at a show.
And did he invite you up, or was that what you
No.
wanted?
No, I just we decided let's push out the boat and go for the front seat tickets, which we did, and it was a great experience. And,
Did you feel you up there watching him?
You just felt closer. You felt closer to the guy. But after the show was finished and he left the stage, there was a lot of people coming up to me asking, "Can I get my picture with you?"
Oh my
Which
goodness!
was really weird, but
So that
it
was
fun.
that was a nice compliment.
It was a very nice compliment. Yeah,
So how long are you going to do this for?
as long as I can.
Okay.
As long as my
Because you're a happy guy, and I've seen your videos, and closing your eyes or looking right at you, you're in the moment, and I swear it's Neil Diamond.
thank you very much.
I showed it to my wife. Both of us agreed.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So do you practice, or do you try new moves, or do you grab them from the 70s or 80s, or?
I've been doing it for over 20 years now,
Wow.
so it's basically sometimes you just live in the moment, and every show might be the same set list, but every show is different because things arise during the show, and you have fun with it, and you'll maybe throw an extra song in or something. So every show is slightly different.
What do you like best about your performance?
It's a natural high for me. I get such a thrill out of it when I come off the stage, and I always try and do a meet and greet now that we're back to some sort of normality
Yeah,
with
very nice.
COVID. And
How do they go? Good.
yeah, they go very well. Like, I'll probably run up at the end of the show and run out to the lobby, and people want pictures, people want to say hi, but I want to say thanks to them for coming out,
Yes.
because without the customers coming in to see the show, there's no show. So they're very
The
important.
tours, are they successful?
Yeah,
You're getting numbers you wanted, and everybody yelling and screaming, "Hey, way to go!" You're happy.
absolutely. We always have fun.
Wow. How big is the show? The tour. Like, are you doing 20 cities over the next little bit, or?
It's been quite. January was totally quiet. We had absolutely nothing, which is usually the case. But I had a show on Thursday last week, and then that was in Milton. I was in Michigan on Saturday. I was in Burlington on Tuesday. I'm here tonight, and I fly to Mexico on Sunday. So
Wow.
it gets hectic sometimes. But
So
it's great.
internationally, where do you feel you're accepted best, or is it even?
Pretty much even with the US and Canada. Everywhere I go is accepted, but it's always great playing in Canada and the US.
So what can the audience expect tonight?
Well, they're going to hear all the big favorites like the Cherry Cherries, the Solitary Man, Song Song Blue, Sweet Caroline,
Wow.
Blacklin' Rosie. So there's a whole bunch there. And of course, we'll have some fun with the audience as well.
So there's interaction with the audience
Absolutely.
too.
Absolutely.
And do you do any special? Can we get you to maybe announce what you're going to do on the encore,
No,
or
we keep,
that has to be
we
private?
keep that nice and quiet.
Okay, we can't twist your arm and get one out of you.
No, we keep
Okay.
that nice and quiet.
Can you hum the encore?
Okay, so the encore will actually be Crackling Rosie.
Oh, that is one of the big ones.
Of course.
Beautiful.
Yep. So that's usually the encore I like to choose because it's upbeat, it's
heavy
happy,
tempo.
and everybody's just enjoying it.
So there's two questions I ask any artist that we're dealing with. I'm going to ask you now. I think they're tough questions, but I think they'll be good for you. How tough is the music industry?
Yeah, it's very tough. It is very tough.
What makes it tough? What do you feel is tough about it?
Well, it depends what you're trying to do. If you're trying to be like a solo artist with a band or an actual band itself, trying to make it in the music industry, to make it to the big time, like you know, the Guess Who, the Glass Tigers from Canada, all these guys from Canada that made it big. It's hard to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it is tough, and it's even tough in the tribute world. There's so many tributes out there to choose from, and so many good tributes out there as well.
Is there a lot of Neil Diamond tributes? I haven't heard of too many.
There's a few, but not too many.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Where do you rank? Number one. Say it. Number one. You got to be number
That's
one.
what my wife says, number one.
Okay. And the second side of that, good answer, by the way. What would your tip of the day be for a young artist coming out, not being just tribute, trying to be their own artist? What would your tip, being 20 plus years on the road?
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Keep pushing. You're going to have knockbacks. You're going to have setbacks. Don't worry about them. Tomorrow's another day. Just
Wonderful.
keep pushing for your dream and don't give up.
Wonderful. Final question of the interview. Social media IDs. I need you to look right in that camera and tell the people, the viewers, how they can get a hold of you.
Basically, the easiest way is through Facebook. The website's down because we took it down during COVID. But through Facebook, my name is Will Chalmers. And you'll see a picture of me up there on the website and on Facebook page. And that's the best way. Send me a
Wonderful.
message.
I've really enjoyed this, sir. You did
Pleasure.
a great job.
Thank you for
Folks,
the
that was
opportunity.
Will Chalmers. He is live at the Regent Theatre tonight doing his greatest version and tribute to the solitary man, legendary Neil Diamond. He looks like him. He sounds like him. Check his videos out. I'm the BMD. You are watching Rogers Television Channel 10. We are Meet the Band, and we are now behind the scenes. Check us out. You're listening to Meet the Band with me, the BMD. I'm coming to you with a music video showcase. Stay tuned.
That's what I thought. Me and you, but that died too. On those Saturdays, such were the plans I made. She was a lady and I was a dreamer. Only words to trade. You know that I was born for a night like this. Warm and stolen kiss. For I was lonely, and she was lonely. We leave this world in time on its way and flight. They come the nights we lay beside the city place.
You're back on Meet the Band with the BMD.
Interesting stuff happening in March. Let me see what is going on there. I think it's kind of cool. Obviously, it's March. March 17 is a very big day for a whole bunch of reasons. Usually a good day, usually a good party time. A bit sad this year. I'll get to that. I think what's kind of like a couple of interesting things. Bond Street events on Bond Street is open. So that's cool. That's exciting. I'm waiting to see what they deliver. Went to see the Flatliner show, which was their grand opening a little while ago. Great. Speaking of Bond Street, I think the Sheepdogs one time went into what was the dungeon in the basement of Bond Street. I think that's where they played, and I interviewed them back in the day. I think it was a dude called Ryan, a really good guy. And those guys blew up very quickly when they won that Rolling Stones album magazine cover. I think that's like they just topped them right over. Anyway, Sheepdogs, right? We got some Sheepdogs records. Always good. So they're coming in to the Biltmore, I think the 13th and the 14th. So 2 days, which is amazing. And also what's really great about that is Dan Romano outfit is opening up, which is even better to have Dan Romano in town for 2 nights. Holy moly, man. Like it's chaos. I've seen Dan a couple of times, and just an amazing show. So like Sheepdogs and Dan Romano, mind blowing. I think that'll be fabulous. And then St. Patrick's Day, pretty sure St. Patrick's Day, but 17th, our local three-piece, the Doozies, which are a really, really great carry on the tradition of Blackrose here in the mighty Schwalrock City, taking over where the stables sort of left off for great stuff. And unfortunately, Josh and Sean and John are calling it a day, so it'll be the last show for them. They've been around for a decade, maybe longer. Super great guys, super great show. Do a wicked cover of what is that song? I think it's Cry Bucket they do of Chaos. Which, like, I mean, imagine like a three-piece bluegrassy stand-up bass doing hip-hop. Like it's just like it's so good. So, but I mean, it'll be a fabulous show. But it'll be the last show, so it'll be sad. But it's St. Patrick's Day, so it'll be fun. And Irish people are always sad on St. Patrick's Day anyway, or at least they'll be sad at the end of the day. So I think that's pretty good. So for me, all that stuff in March, obviously there's way more, but I think they're sort of the highlights.
Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the show. I'm the BMD, host of our Rogers television show, Meet the Band, and we're doing another new segment called Behind the Scenes, and we are adding another segment called Scott's Corner, Blackrose Entertainment Corner. Say hello to Scott Templeton, owner, operator, and partner of Blackrose Entertainment. Scott, had to tell you, great show tonight, but I wanted to ask you, Scott's Corner is all about the calendar and what's going on at the Regent Theatre. Tell the audience what's happening now and in the future.
Well, with upcoming, this whole family weekend, we're packed with Grease, the concert, Hotel California. We're off for a couple weeks to re-energize and continue. We have in March. We have a full slate coming up in March. We have Kim Mitchell, David Wilcox. Both of those 2 shows are sold out.
Of course.
We have, at that point, we have The Doors tribute. We have Grace to Gloryland with Steve Michaels, who's a great Elvis tribute artist, just amazing tribute artist. We also have Valdi, great folk artist.
One of the originals.
One of the original. Most people know him by playing a rock and roll song.
Absolutely.
And that's like a full slate coming up in March.
So with the schedule, who are you excited about yourself?
I
love them all.
I love them all,
But there must be one tickling you.
there's one that always stands out year after year after year, and that's Baldy. He is probably the nicest,
man you'll ever meet. He'll walk down the seats here and talk to everybody. He'll walk in here. He'll be out and chat like he knew them like they're next door neighbors and everything else. He's such a great artist.
And a great command of the voice.
He is.
Unbelievable voice and a great poet.
Amazing. I mean, I'm looking forward to Kim Mitchell and David Wilcox. Kim Mitchell played here probably 10 years ago, I think it was, when they first reopened this as the Regent Theatre. Kim Mitchell, this is his first time back since then. So,
well, that's good. Well, folks, you heard it right here, live out of the boss's mouth. Scott Templeton, owner, operator, and partner at Blackrose Entertainment. This is Scott's Corner. I'm the BMD. Thanks for shopping at Rogers Television and our Meet the Band show, new episode of Behind the Scenes. Catch you then. Hey folks, the BMD here on my show Meet the Band. If you or your group would like to be a guest on the show, email us at thebmdpodcast@gmail.com. See you then.